108. Mavericks go up 2. Take both games on Minnie's home court. Both games. They are deflated. They got the career game of Naz Reid, at least as far as on this stage. By the way, Naz Reid in these playoffs ain't been shooting threes like this, y'all. I tweeted out earlier in the game, Naz finally realized he was playing the Mavs. And so he decided to go, what did he go, like 5 for 8? 5 for 7. He missed that final shot. Missed that look, man. That look he'd been making all stinking night. Let's talk about Luka Doncic. Who is more clutch? Who is more clutch than this man? Who is a greater, right now, who is a greater living basketball player than this man? Who can impact the game more than this man right now? And by the way, I'm not going to say this again. Really, really crappy defensive game from Luka tonight. I thought over long stretches he was forgetting rotations. At times didn't seem to be battling, didn't seem to be making the effort. Maybe his knee was bothering him. That's what they were saying on the broadcast. We know he was in and out of the locker room tonight, so maybe we go a little light on him tonight. But, man, when it counted, when it counts, who can you count on? Luka freaking Doncic, the Slovenian superstar. And Kyrie came up and had some real big shots. Missed some real big free throws. Tonight, it's all about Luka and Gafford and Lively. Those guys carried us home because the support players, D. Jones, PJ, Josh Green, Exum, THJ, Hardy. Now, Hardy had a few nice minutes, but most of those guys absolutely fell on their faces tonight. And the Wolves came out to play. Now, Anthony Edwards didn't come out to play. Can someone check on Mr. Ant Edwards, the newly appointed next face of the NBA? Where that guy at? I'm telling you, he looks like a kid out there. I mean, physically, the guy's unbelievable. What's up, Khalid? The GOAT. He's the effing GOAT. Yeah, man. Luka has the big cojones. He's got the big you-know-whats, right? Like, he's out there. He ain't scared. He got the switch he wanted. He got that Gobert switch, which they've been angling for all game. But here, in the moment that it counts, only the greatest ones step up when it counts the most. And Luka steps up when it matters most. He had a great game offensively, I really thought. Well, I haven't looked at the stats at all. So we're going to be seeing them here with fresh eyes. They take a 6-point lead in the first quarter and then extend the lead in the second. At the half, we're down 12, I believe, and it just doesn't look good. But it felt good to be down only by 12. We're like, okay. Now listen, we've said it again and again and again and again, and this is just basketball IQ, right? This is just basketball knowledge. When you have the best closers, how many NBA games are close at the end? How many NBA games are clutch at the end? We know that that's kind of how the league works, right? There may be these long stretches, large leads, large swings, but at the end, the game seems to compress. It seems to get tighter. He got that swagger. He ain't afraid of the moment. You are exactly right, Khaled. That's exactly right. He loves the moment. He lives for the moment. And I think he especially lives for that moment on your home floor. If he can come into your court and snatch your soul and make some widows, man, I think Luka absolutely loves to do this. Did you see him yelling and screaming at the fans? Tell them to go home, bees. Go home. You know what he called them, bees, right? Get out of here. Go home. And he's just screaming at them like a maniac, like a madman. But he's our madman. He's our maniac. My goodness, this man. Let's look at some of the stats. In the third quarter, we came racing back, won that quarter by 5, and then won the fourth by 8. And it could have been more if we'd have hit our free throws. If just even Kyrie would have hit his free throws touch. So let's look at some of the stats. We shoot 49% from the field. They shoot 41%. That's pretty significant. We shoot almost 39% from 3, which is an insane turnaround from the first half. And they shoot 38%. So 39 to 39%. A tie on exactly 12 out of 31 for both teams. Wow, see, these are things that I didn't catch during the game, that by the end of the game we had identical three-point shooting. Look at the free throws. They shot 32 free throws. They shot 10 more free throws. In that first half, there were a whole lot of people on Twitter X going like, yeah, it seems like there's been a directive to even up this series because Minnesota was getting a lot of whistles, and the Mavs, Minnesota's a tough, physical defense, right? They foul you a lot, and they were getting away with it a lot. Gobert was getting away with a lot. Ant was getting away with a lot. Everyone seemed to be getting away with a lot, but the Mavs weren't, and I'm okay as long as it's even. If you're calling touch fouls both sides, okay. I prefer it, and the Mavs prefer it. Let them play physical. Let both sides play physical. The Mavs will win that game most of the time, right? Turnovers, both teams low. And another bad shooting night for the Mavs. Less than 70%, 68% from the line, while the Wolves shot 81%. That's a huge disparity. They shoot 10 more free throws than we do and shoot, 13 better percentage points than we do. 10 turnovers, we'll take that every time from the Mavs. We'll take 10 turnovers, but the Wolves only 9. Like a really, really nice ball control game from both teams right there. Mavs win the rebounding battle again, a little closer tonight, 44-40. The assists, Wolves win it 26-24. Blocks are even, 7 apiece. Defensive rebounds, Mavs win that by 5. Offensive rebounds, Wolves win that by 1. Pushes, basically. Points off of turnovers, Mavs an extra 4 points there. Points in the paint, yet again, absolute domination against Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid, and Cat. And Naz Reid and Cat aren't really defensive presences in the paint, but Rudy Gobert is, and we are absolutely dominating them with points in the paint. We win by 12 there. Fast break points, 14-11, and second chance points. They beat us by 4-12-8. Can't waste any more time. Got to talk about Luka. Got to talk about this dog. What's up, hella good? LFG seems about right to me. 32 points, 10 rebounds, 13 assists. Did they say something like 4 out of his last playoff games have been triple doubles? This is a Luka game. This is a Luka triple double. 32 points on 5 of 11 from 3. 32 points, 10 rebounds, 13 assists, 4 turnovers to 13 assists. We'll take that. That's not as bad as some of them have been. But those 13 dimes as they're blitzing him, as they're forcing the ball out of his hand. I said this yesterday. If you blitz Luka Doncic, you may limit him. Now, they didn't really in the end. But you may limit him, but he is going to eat you up. He is going to carve you up like a Thanksgiving turkey. So not a great shooting night from Luka, just 10 for 23, but 5 of 11 from 3. So you just go, thank you, Luka. And then the big huevos, the big balls on Luka Doncic as he hits the shot that almost every other human being in the world would be too scared to take. Luka goes, let me take that shot. Oh, yeah. Let me take that shot on the greatest paint defender of his generation. What is it, the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year? Let me have that shot against the great Rudy Gobert. And I don't say that facetiously. He is one of the greatest defensive players I've ever seen. Now, not maybe 24 feet from the basket, though. And so Luka's got him on skates. Yeah, that's the Luka game we're talking about. Heck yeah, hella good. Exactly. Khalid says, I'm not going to complain about the refs, but they gave the Wolves. Yeah, they did, especially in that first half. Especially in that first half. It seemed like they were trying to swing the game. And I'm not saying they literally do that, but those calls seem to be going in one team's favor over the other. So who are we going to talk about after Luka? Who next deserves praise tonight? Not a Maverick. Naz Reid. Absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable tonight from this guy. 31 points, 23 points on, let me get out of the way, 8 of 13 from the field, 7 of 9 from 3. I swear he does this mostly to the Mavs. I know he has good shooting games against other teams. He was the 6th man of the year. But his 3-point against the Mavs, someone do the research on that. Over the last couple seasons, Naz Reid's 3-point percentage against the Mavs, it's just bonkers. He's not a real threat down low. Look, no free throws. And he doesn't do much else. He's a scoring big man. He's a shooting big man. 23 points, 2 rebounds only, 0 assists, 2 steals, and a block. And he played an even game. Yeah, so just unbelievable shooting. I'm going to tip my cap to the enemy here because Naz was unbelievable. And thank you, Naz, for missing that closeout 3. Let's go next to another Mav here. Let's talk about one Mr. Kyrie Irving. 20 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, only 7 for 16 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. I think these are like, he's hit 5 threes recent, or I think these 4 threes are the first threes he's hit in this series. He didn't have any threes in game 1, but 2 for 5 from free throw. You know this game could have been put away if we just got normal Kyrie from the stripe tonight. And he even kind of joked about it in his post-game presser there with the Ali LaForge or whatever her name is. He apologized to his father. Did you see that? He said, sorry, Dad. Sorry, Dad. Yeah. Khalid says, Nas is my nightmare. Today I have a bad time getting to sleep. Yeah, man, if he was shooting from the car parking lot, he'll make it. Against the Mavs, yes, he will. Against the Mavs, yes, he will. Kyrie came through when it mattered. He's a +6 on the night. Just a gutty guy, man. When he's on the floor with Luka, you just kind of, all right, guys, you got it. I trust you. Don't you just trust these guys? You just trust the ball in their hand. What was Kyrie's turnovers tonight? 6 assists, 2 turnovers. Yeah, so a little bit better there. But who are we going to talk about next? Are the lights bright? Are the lights bright? We can't get, I'm exhausted. We can't get fatigued, right? You're 22 years old. You're the most athletic player still in the playoffs as far as I'm aware of. You're the appointed next face of the league. 5 for 17 from the field. This is 3 or 4, at least 3 straight games of really bad shooting from Mr. Anthony Edwards. 2 of 7 for 3 tonight. I think game 1, I think he was 5 for 12, which is really solid. Only 2 for 7 tonight. Hit his free throws, so good for him. He also got some ticky-tack calls in there. No steals, only a 1 block. 7 turnovers to 2, 7 assists to 2 turnovers, 5 rebounds. So he wasn't like he was a shell out there, but his shot is betraying him. His shot is betraying him. And so far against the Mavericks, he doesn't look like himself, is the nice way to say it. Or maybe he's just finally facing a real defense in the playoffs. And this Mavs defense is a real defense. Now, tonight I thought was the worst defensive game in the playoffs in a minute, right? Maybe since the Clippers. They had a couple bad defensive games, but they've been looking so good. The rotations have been so tight. The effort has been so at 11, at maximum effort the whole time. And there was a lot of plays tonight where there were 50-50 balls and the Mavs just weren't engaged. They didn't seem to be diving for the ball, attacking the ball. A whole lot of those 50-50 balls tonight went Minnie's way, went to the Pups and not to the Mavs. But we know that our Mavs will remember who they are in that effort, right? They still won the freaking game. Who do we want to call out next? A guy I've been really hard on. A guy that even in an awesome game has a negative plus-minus. I didn't realize that. He was so good tonight. He was so good offensively tonight. I think he had 5 blocks tonight. Daniel Gafford, landlord. 21 minutes, 16 points in 21 minutes. Heck yes, Daniel. Heck yes, Daniel. And let's just so that I don't forget, I don't have any notes. Just so I don't forget, that incredible one-handed leaner miracle bank shot he made. Luka throws a full court pass to him. He jumps up over, maybe fouls, I'm not sure, but jumps up over Mike Conley and then just kind of leans and just tosses the ball up off the glass. That shows some nice touch. That touch was kind of like guard level touch off the glass, right? That's like something you see Luka or Kyrie or a really skilled guard do. But to see a big do that, to see our big do that, man, the days of Dwight Powell are so far in the rear view. Shots fired. Sorry, Dwight. I love you. I love you in the role you're in now. I love you in the role you're in now. Wave that towel, big man. You are awesome. Collect those checks. Daniel Gafford was good tonight. Still, the defense sags. The defense is not as tight. Yeah, he deserves his flowers. You're exactly right. Hello, good. He deserves his flowers tonight. 8 of 10 from the field. He's always going to be shooting a great percentage from the field. 0 for 2 from his free throws, and they weren't close. Do y'all remember that? They were clanging off the back iron, like rough. That shot when he was on his back lying down, just wow. Yeah, exactly. That's the play I'm talking about. Just insane. If you missed it, go check my timeline or anyone else's timeline because it's been posted a million times. But Gafford deserves some praise tonight. Offensively especially, blocking shots especially. 5 blocks in 21 minutes, guys. That's like Manute Bol stuff. That's like crazy. For those of you that are younger, Manute Bol was a 7'7" big man in the 80s and 90s, and he led the league in shot block percentage several times in his career. Just unbelievable shot blocker. But Gafford tonight, awesome. Who do I want to talk about next? You know I got to talk about my guy. You know I got to talk about my dude, Derek Lively. becoming a darling of the NBA for his hustle and his scrap and his fight and his skill and his IQ and his young age not holding him back. 26 minutes for the kid tonight, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. They don't credit him with any blocks, but how many times do they just not want to challenge him? How many times does a guard beat the initial defender and then just scoot along the baseline, not wanting to try to go up against D-Live? Like, that's his reputation already, guys. At 20, he's already shutting teams down. He's already shutting the paint down. Like that. I mean, I know we live in a day with Wembanyama, right? And he's outrageous, and he's another thing altogether. He's something else. Alien is the right name for that guy. But Derek Lively, 20 years old, and being a dominating force in the third round of the playoffs at 20 years old should just give your heart some pep, man. Tomorrow, if you're having a bad day, remember that Derek Lively's only 20 years old. Remember what he's going through, what he's battling through, and he is showing up night after night after night. Just absolutely a dog. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to be petty, a little salty here. Only second team all-rookie. Come on, man. There were 2 guys that he had better seasons than if you just watch the games. He was definitely better than Jaime Jaquez and the guy whose last name I can't pronounce for the Warriors. Wemby, of course. Yeah, Chet, of course. Brandon Miller, I'd even kind of, okay, yeah, he scored a bunch of buckets. But D-Live impacts the game at both ends so dynamically. Just absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible, man. So I asked you guys, what are you feeling? What are you feeling? Let's see what people are saying. Let's see how we're feeling tonight. What are you feeling? I got a few responses. Here we go. Oh, let's let the internet do its job. Dwight, when Naz got a practically open shot to win, love that Luka being guarded by the Defensive Player of the Year was exactly what you wanted and exactly what he wanted, exactly what they drew up. Great point, Dwight. Dominic says, it's 4:15 a.m. in the morning here in the UK, and I'm feeling alive and kicking. Heck yes, brother. Heck yes. Hey, props to you for being that kind of fan. Up in the wee hours of the morning. Not many people would do that. George or Jorge, I'm guessing. Jorge says, I think a good number of baby boys born outside of Slovenia this year will be named Luka. I like the way you're thinking, Jorge. Luka Donagoat says, I thought it was over, not going to lie. Never doubt Luka Doncic. That's all I'll say. Never doubt Luka Doncic. Stonk Life. How did Luka not win MVP and Clutch Player of the Year? Yeah, I mean, MVPs, but I don't care about Clutch Player of the Year. How did he not win MVP? Because people have their agendas, and they are sheep, and they follow their narratives. His season was undeniably historic. Undeniably. One of the greatest. Not enough people have said that. I mean, they say it like in passing. He just had one of the greatest individual seasons in NBA history. Third place in MVP. Because the narrative wasn't in his direction. Wasn't in his favor. Come on, man. Big Toaster Dog. Great. I'm feeling great. 2 more games, and then we don't have to listen to these broadcasters. Oh, man, I'm ready for that. I don't want to ever hear Reggie Miller again, man. Like, unbelievable. Yeah, Stranded, I'm with you, man. I'm not going to say some of those words, but I'm feeling you. I'm vibing with you, man. Absolutely. Hippo says, can't believe we won. Believe it, Hippo. Believe it. Dwight, yeah, the classic Denzel chest grab. Is that from, what movie is that from? Fallen. Is that right? Is that from Fallen? I think it is, yeah. Swift says, there is only one true MVP, and he plays for the Dallas Mavericks. Yes, he does. I'm with you. Staubach fan. Okay, there we go. I was trying to make it more difficult than it needed to be. Staubach fan. Can't believe we pulled that out after the lackluster first half. Oh, yeah, man. I felt so good about being down 12. As good as you can feel being down a dozen at the half. I was like, okay, we can make that up. It's going to take a serious effort. And, of course, we're going to have to hit our free throws down the stretch, which we didn't really. I mean, Luka did. He was awesome. Christian says, It's 5 a.m. and I might have screamed a little. Heck yes, man, I was screaming. I'm here in my office at home, and I definitely kept my family awake. The one says, they gave me a heart attack. Yeah, 15-point lead in the third quarter at home. I doubted if we could outscore them. But glory to God, the lads are getting familiar with what it looks like to be a champion. It's a challenge. Heck yeah, man. We'd pass this challenge for sure. Man, I love that. 2 more to go. Heck yeah. 2 more to go. Ivar says, I thought we already lost, but this team has some magic. TM. Luka is the greatest basketball player ever. Yeah, I'm going to say that too. Absolutely. Let's go. Family first. I'm watching highlights all night. Hey, man, check out my timeline. I got most of them there for you. Adam says, happy thoughts. Feeling some happy thoughts. I'm vibing with you, Adam. Absolutely nothing but happy thoughts, knowing that we can perform so much better than we did tonight. Now the Wolves, to their defense, are saying, yeah, Cat and Ant can perform better too. Yeah, but Cat and Ant performing well is not Luka and Kyrie performing well. I will take my 2 every single time. And I think if you got him, to be honest, so would every single Wolves fan. Not really says, feeling too old for this sort of thing. Absolutely. Okay, let me see. Did I get more? I don't want to leave anybody out there. Sometimes these are just the dirty tweets. Yeah, there we go. All right, guys. Listen, I know there are other streams out there that you probably want to catch, but man, it was unbelievable. Let me check chat tonight. Bull was the Wemby of his day. Yeah, with way less offensive game than Wemby has for sure. But yeah, defensively, absolutely. I think it's a good comp defensively. Khalid says, rookie of the season in my book. That's who's dancing. That's me who's dancing. All right. I love it. Well, you guys just enjoy this stuff because it doesn't happen all the time. And we as Mavs fans know it, right? I'm feeling good. I hope you're feeling good. See you online. Go Mavs. 2-0, and we're coming back to Big D. Oh, yeah, here we go. Go!